Greetings, my friends. Thank you for watching this video, and if you would be so kind, please subscribe if you like what you see. Help our channel to keep growing and keep fighting the war to save pop culture. Together, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. Enjoy, and thanks. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I am here today with an exclusive scoop provided to me by my friend and ally WDW Pro, who regularly posts over at thatparkplace.com, and this scoop directly relates to the Lucasfilm Civil War, the question of Kennedy's power or lack thereof at Lucasfilm, and the future profitability of the Disney Corporation.
Jeez, dude, you've been playing up in the lights lately. This is kind of a big deal, sounds like. So tell us, how does this relate to the Lucasfilm Civil War and Kathleen Kennedy?
It directly relates, Harvey, because for at least 2 years now, this channel has been talking about the Lucasfilm Civil War. As in all civil wars or wars in general, there are victories and defeats, gains and losses. The usual critics would point to a setback and say, "Ha-ha, Doomcock was wrong. There is no civil war at Lucasfilm." But then there would be a victory for Favreau, and they'd grumble and wait for the next setback to pounce on his proof. But ultimately, Doomcock has been proven right about the Civil War, which Jon Favreau clearly won. Articles began appearing in Forbes and The Atlantic, among other publications, pointing out the problems with Star Wars under Kennedy's reign. Leaks from other YouTubers started appearing, confirming that indeed, despite any contract extensions, Kennedy has no further power over Star Wars. All that has unfolded over the past 18 months. But now, here is further proof not only of Favreau's victory, but also of Kennedy's loss of power globally at Lucasfilm and at Disney.
Well, bring it on, oh master of disaster. What have you heard?
Before I reveal the details of this story, it's important that you understand some background about the internal power dynamics of the Walt Disney Company. To that end, you need to know who Alan Bergman is.
Well, I don't know. Who is he?
Alan Bergman is chairman of Disney Studios Content, and that title alone doesn't actually do justice to how big this guy is at Disney. To quote his bio, quote, "As chairman, Disney Studios Content, Alan Bergman leads the Walt Disney Company's renowned studios division, which encompasses a collection of world-class entertainment studios that produce high-quality cinematic storytelling for both theatrical and streaming release. Among these globally respected studios are Disney, Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar Animation Studios, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, 20th Century Studios, and Searchlight Pictures. It is also home to Disney Theatrical Productions, producer of popular stage shows on Broadway and around the world. Bergman oversees all facets of Disney Studios' global output, including creative, production, marketing, operations, business affairs, finance, and legal affairs," unquote.
The whole enchilada. So basically every single creative decision at Disney goes through Alan Bergman.
That is correct, Harvey. Even as president of Lucasfilm, Kennedy never possessed a tenth of Alan Bergman's power. And now, as it turns out, Jon Favreau is poised to gain, by proxy, more power than Kennedy ever had at Disney. At this point, I'd like to point out that the information I'm about to share with you comes from a very reliable source, namely WDW Pro. But since I have no way of independently verifying this information, I must present it to you as unverified rumor, and I ask you to take it with a grain of salt. But that said, my confidence in this story is high, given my relationship with him, and I'm delighted to be able to present you with this scoop. So a few days ago, I was contacted by WDW Pro, and here's what he told me. Quote, "Heads up, and available for you to report. 2 sources have told me that Favreau is likely working with Alan Bergman in a cross-studio creative consulting role. I'm not sure if this will result in a title or not. Favreau likely to participate in the new monthly creative meetings trying to get Lucasfilm, Pixar, and Marvel back into profitability ASAP. I assume this will not please Kathleen Kennedy. Poor reception of Boba Fett, not doing favors for Favreau, but he's one of the only people on the planet who Feige creatively respects as an equal. One source said, and this is speculation, that it seems Favreau wants the creative role Lasseter aspired to, unquote.
Holy shit! So let me get this straight, man. The chairman of Disney Studio Content, and that includes Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar, 20th Century Fox, Searchlight, and Broadway divisions. All of that, now consulting directly with Jon Favreau on how to move all these companies back from the dark side of the Force, or the red side of the ledger, to be more precise?
Exactly correct, my friend. Whereas at the height of her power, Kennedy was in control of Lucasfilm, it now turns out that not only is Favreau in charge of Star Wars directly, along with Dave Filoni, but Disney now has so much faith in Favreau, they feel like he's the guy that can maybe fix things creatively across the board, across all Disney companies. Now, obviously, Bergman is the boss here, but if this rumor is true, then Favreau now has the boss's ear, not simply on Star Wars, but on every damn thing that Disney is doing creatively outside of the parks division. This signals that, oh yes indeed, the Lucasfilm Civil War is over, and Favreau not only won that, he won hands down across the board. The tepid performance of Book of Boba Fett aside, Favreau's star is rising as Kennedy's is falling, and Kathleen Kennedy, whatever her status, cannot be happy with this development. It means that Favreau now has Bergman's ear, and that means power and status beyond what Kennedy has. It reflects Disney's faith in Favreau. He's a mover and a shaker, and let's face it, Kennedy would absolutely want to be in Favreau's place if she were asked. Sadly for her, she wasn't.
Gee. Are you saying that strip mining a franchise like Star Wars and selling its organs on the black market to woke wankers for virtue signaling points didn't endear her to Disney? I mean, sure, the patient died on the table, but she did make plenty of money gutting Star Wars, right? So what if it didn't survive? They made their money, right?
Yeah, well, now things are lean for Disney and Hollywood in general, so they can't really afford to just gut their IPs for spare parts anymore. Favreau and Filoni have been applying shock paddles to Star Wars, and there's a faint heartbeat. But that faint heartbeat is one of the big hopes for Disney moving forward, and they want Dr. Favreau to consult on reviving any number of the post-Coof casualties of wokeness across all Disney studios. So if this story is true, and though it is just a rumor at this point, my confidence is high, it signals a strong shift at Disney that's in line with the rumors I've been reporting for a year and a half, that Disney is now going to focus on making fans happy and getting them back into the fold, banishing fan abuse from the company. This development is yet more proof that my previous reporting was solid, that there has been a huge shift inside Disney away from woke indoctrination and back to entertainment. Favreau and Filoni are fan favorites. Disney wants to please fans. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it, that they would elevate Favreau to a much higher level of influence. To sum up things, my friends, the Lucasfilm Civil War is over, and Favreau not only won, he's poised to make a big impact across all of Disney Studios, and if this rumor is true, it means Favreau's stock has risen substantially, and it means that fans are winning.
Despite the fact that the Book of Boba Fett so far is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Enough said.
Enough said, Harvey. Enough said. Although this last episode was better, but we'll talk about that on Pop Culture Breakdown this weekend. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay hopeful and stay angry. Ha 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 ha